I'm Henry Monshine. I'm your business and management librarian. Imagine yourself in the role of a management consultant. You've been asked by your company to provide some advice on how to develop best practices for perhaps data security or customer service or diversity issues. Well, we're going to take a look at one of these topics today and see how you can find peer-reviewed articles in the management literature that you can use in that type of a role. So let's get started. When you're at the Cal Lutheran homepage, you can go to Academics, scroll down to Pearson Library, and from here, go to the research guides. Look for the business guide, and once you're here, you will want to go to the Databases tab. We're going to look at Business Source Premier, which is right here. This is one of our EBSCOhost databases. It's a very good source for business and management literature. You'll find both scholarly articles, trade journals, popular journals such as Forbes Business Week. You'll get Harvard Business Review and many key titles in the management field. So to get started, there are two ways you could search this database. You can do keyword searching, which is just like Googling, or you can start with our online thesaurus. And I'd like to start with a thesaurus. Since everybody knows how to Google, this tool will actually get you closer to the subject terms they use in the database, so your results will be more precise. Well, let's take the topic of data security. If you wanted to find articles about that, you can go to the browse, type in data security, or whatever topics that you're interested in, click on browse, and then look at the terms that it suggests for you. So data security is one of the subject terms, so I'm going to click on that, and you'll see that it will give you a definition of the kinds of articles that are encompassed by this term. The reason it's called a thesaurus is that it will suggest other possible topics or terms that you can use in your search. So in addition to data security, you'll see data protection, security management, computer security. This might be another good alternate term. So I'm going to check off both of these. Now I'll click the Add button. So it brings our topics to the search box, and now I'm ready to search. Instead of searching keywords, we're searching on the subject terms for data security or computer security. So every article that it will retrieve will be on target. And you can see there's quite a few here. So the first thing we might want to do is let's limit this to the past 5 years. The way to do that, you'll see a sliding bar, and you can simply move that. So let's go to 2010 to 2016, for example. It limits it quite a bit, but there's still quite a bit left. The other thing we might want to do is let's select scholarly or peer-reviewed. That way we're going to get the academic articles. Okay, one more thing we might want to do is let's see how we can limit these results. Some terms that I would suggest would be best practices or trends. That might lead us to some articles to talk about what companies are doing in terms of data security. What are the best practices? What are some trends in the industry? So let's try that. What we can do is just type in best practices. We'll use the OR connector, and I'm going to add trends to the search. Well, this time we have 103 articles. That's a lot better. And now we can take a look at some of these and see if they're relevant to our research. A quick way to do that is to go over to the magnifying glass, just mouse over that, and you will see the abstract of each of the articles. So you can just browse those, or you can look at the titles and see if anything looks pertinent. You'll see articles focused on different industries. That's another way we could limit our search. If you're interested in data security in the healthcare industry, for example, or a different industry, you could simply add another term here. And here's an interesting article: healthcare organizations struggle to maintain security. This might be an article I'm interested in. I can just take a look at the abstract. One thing I wanted to point out, if you don't see the full text, there are a couple options for you. The first thing you'd want to do is click on the Check WorldCat for full text. This link will automatically search all of our databases and instantly let you know if it's available. This one says that it's not found. Okay, so it's possible that the library does not subscribe to this publication, or maybe it's a fairly new publication. And with new publications, there is an embargo that might last up to a year, where the databases are not given access to the full text by the publisher. So that's possibly what's happening here. If you absolutely need this article, there is another option, and you'll see a link that says check OCLC ILL. That will bring up an order form, and you can just fill in the fields with the asterisks. So your name, address, you can just put CLU, put your cell number, an email address where they'll be able to email the article to you, put your ID, and finally your status, so you can select graduate student. The request will be sent to the Interlibrary Loan Department, and our staff there, we have an interlibrary loan librarian, and she has a team of student assistants who will get this request and order the article for you. The other important thing to keep in mind as you're using information, as you're a consultant, you need to cite your sources. You'd like to let your reader of your report or your paper know where this information came from. Every one of our articles, or the references here, will give you a citation. When you click on the title, you'll see some tools. Scroll down to Cite, and then you can select the citation style. The School of Management uses APA style, so you can go ahead and copy that APA citation and then add it to your references. Okay, well, let's take a look at one more topic. I'm going to click on New Search, and this time let's take a look at customer service. That's another big area that you might be consulting in. So once again, I'm going to go up to the thesaurus. I'm going to browse for customer service. And notice when sometimes it'll tell you customer service, use customer services. So I'm going to click on that. That's the preferred term. And you'll see a definition again. And there's quite a few choices here. There's some, again, narrower terms, additional topics you can consider. And some of these will specifically address customer service in certain business or industry areas. So you can see, for example, information storage and retrieval systems, customer service, insurance brokers, customer service. So it has a breakdown of different industries. We can also look at some additional terms, maybe customer relations. That might be relevant. So if you're not looking for a specific industry, we can select customer relations, and we'll select customer services. And let's see if there's anything else. How about customer satisfaction? That's always a variable when you look at customer service. So we can select that term as well. And I think we're ready to run the search. So again, I'm going to click on the Add button. So it automatically ORs all these terms together. When I run search, we're going to have quite a few, which is fine. And now we can narrow these down. Let's say going back to 2010 again. So I'm just going to move that sliding bar. Well, we're almost there. Okay, well, 2009 is fine too. So I'll click on that. It's going to update. This time I won't select scholarly. Let's say that you're also interested in finding some trade journals. So the search will also give you some trade journals, and most of the ones that I'm seeing here say academic journals, so these are the scholarly articles. But if it says periodical, that would also include a trade journal. Another way you might want to narrow things down, you can select full text only. If you feel you have enough articles, you can select full text. And we also do get some trade journals show up here. For example, Entrepreneur. And one way again you can tell is the label. It says periodical, so that would not be considered a scholarly publication. Again, we can add some additional keywords, best practices, or trends. That's going to further narrow it down a bit. So now we're looking at over 600 articles. And some of these are starting to look relevant. The role of customer support in shaping brand experiences. We can take a quick look at this to see if it's relevant. I think this looks like a good article. So again, if your professor is asking you to include, let's say, 3 scholarly journals, maybe 3 trade journals or popular titles, you can use some of these. And here's another article that looks relevant. Consider it to all clients. Let's see what this one's about. Again, I can take a quick look at it. If this looks good, you can use it. And again, if you want to just print these, save them to your computer, you can do that. You can email them, or you can even create an account. That's a different option right here. If you go to sign in, this one will enable you to create an account. I can just sign in as myself. Okay, well, I won't do that at this time, but again, what this option will help you do is create a folder, and then you can save your articles into a folder. Okay, so what we've done at this point, we've seen how you can begin using the Business Source Premier database to find specific articles about your topics. Again, putting yourself in the role of a consultant, how you might go ahead and use this resource to find what the literature says about customer service, trends, or data security. And in other videos, we're going to take a look at how you can do research specific to companies. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.